great about polyester paper is that it eliminates the need for lamination. So it's actually being used for very practical applications like venues for restaurants where it'll get wet and you want to just be able to wipe it off. Hospitals, it's being used underwater as underwater marine surveys where the divers can use grease pencils to write on it. So there's a range of possibilities, but what's neat is the machine they have has really excellent toner adhesion. So I like it because not all machines can print on this plastic paper. This is an example of a backlit sheet.
So this machine is a digital press, different than, say, a color copier. And I'll kind of go through the differences and why that is. One of the things you'll notice when you look at this machine is there's no glass, there's no document printer. You can't make a copy on this machine. It will only take a digital file. It's heavy. The machine is mostly, it's steel, and the steel is important because the machine can't move around while it's printing because the tolerances and where the image goes on the paper is very, very precise. So when you're laying down colors and images on paper, what you don't want is your image to move around. And so the machine, when I open up the covers and you look inside, you'll see, wow, it's made out of all steel. Why was that? Maybe one is durability, but the other is precision. So if you print a job on the machine, you'll know where the image is going precisely on the piece of paper. In fact, I forgot to tell the previous group, but with these machines, the tolerances are so tight that the machines actually will take into account the paper stretching and slightly growing as it's fed through the machine. Paper can stretch and grow as it's being printed on, and normally the machine, will put the image wherever, and it doesn't matter because it's already so imprecise that the paper stretch isn't a big deal. But with these, it is. So if you print double-sided, and you look up and you have crop marks, you'll see that they can line up just right. So that's one, precision, and the other is color fidelity. The machines, digital presses, are designed to do relatively short runs of output. Offset presses are designed and work better for longer runs. So the idea of a digital press is you want to do a shorter run. You print only what you want, like right now, and then next month you print what you need next month, and then the month. But the problem with that, if you don't have a very good machine, is that you get color that changes. So if I print this job today and my orange looks like this, and okay, I'm happy. I expect it to be the same orange next month when I redo this job. If the orange now looks red, that's a problem because the machine wandered off. So this device is able to print and keep consistent the color output from today till tomorrow to next week, next month, next year. And one of the reasons it can do that is it has a built-in spectrophotometer. So the machine looks at the output as it goes through, or actually it looks at a test pattern that looks kind of similar to the Pantone swatches as it goes through, and it's more than a densitometer, it's actually reading the colors as the machine is making them. And it will make internal corrections so that if the humidity changes, the temperature is different, the machine had a service call, you change the developer, it will keep the color looking exactly the same again and again and again. And so repeatability, Xerox calls this confident color, but that's part of what you get with this kind of device. It runs at 80 impressions per minute on letter-size stock, irrespective of the weight. So it will print onto lightweight paper, heavyweight paper, same speed. It doesn't slow down. It's able to fuse onto all of the stocks that you saw at 80 a minute. This is the RIP here. This machine doesn't have a network interface card. It's not like a printer. You'll notice there's no place to plug a network cable in because all of the bitmaps are created by this server right down below. And the server is overpowered. It can rip faster than the machine. That's it. That's the printing process. Now it's time for questions.
The other thing that you kind of overlooked is if you look at the final product itself, it's not glossy like
Like a copier.
machine. Yeah, because of the process itself, it's more like a printing.
Yeah, here, take a couple sheets and pass them around.
Look at it. You'll notice it's not. It doesn't look like it's really heavy toner.
So what
Yeah, there's no gloss difference.
what line screen would this kind of replicate?
Most times we're printing it like 300 dot or so. So 300 dot screen. I don't know if Carlton, what you offer for customer output on the machine, but most time it's either 200 or 300 dot screens.
Okay.
I think that's what most of this output is. Yeah.
We have a variety of line screens to go along with that, to complement that. We have a plastic where it's scattered, and we have actual line screen to mimic the printing press. So we can get a variety of output from one file. Yeah.
Machines these days are really good at, just by default, they'll know if there's a moire pattern you're going to generate, and they don't let you do that. You have to do something very specific to force it and say, no, I know better than you. Then you'll see a more right.
So I think that's about it. Unless you guys have any more questions.